Peace, family. Peace, 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 peace. All right, so I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. If not, do understand and get your day is going to get better once your perception gets better. If you are new to my channel, okay, my name is Dina Bryant. I do these inspirational videos just talking about life, how we could change from the things that we constantly do on a day in and day out basis that we see somewhere along the lines that we don't like the results, but who do we blame? Okay. Who do we blame? The person that's in the mirror, honey, looking back at you. Okay. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about fear. Okay. There are 3 key points that when it comes to fear is 3 key points. Okay. So the first key point is loss of fear. Okay. A lot of times we are afraid to change or afraid to step into that thing that we know that our higher selves are telling us to do, but because of the story that we constantly tell ourselves, the story that's going on in our mind or what the ego is telling us, right, we talk ourselves out of it. For instance, you may want to open a business, right? But you have this job where as though you've been on this job for a long time, right? You have seniority, right? So although you've been on this job a long time, is a part of you that know that you should be doing more. Is a part of you that want more growth. Is a part of you that know that you just playing it safe, right? So you'll tell yourself like, if I was to quit this job, then I would lose my 401k, right? If I was to quit this job and open my own business, then the co-workers that I created a healthy relationship, a nice relationship with, then, I may lose contact with them, So all those different aspects tends to go on the stories that we constantly tell ourselves because it's really you're afraid to lose something. You may lose the connection with your children. You may lose the connection with your friends, right? For instance, for me, when I started doing the work on myself, becoming aware of some of the things that I was doing, and one of the things was me playing it safe, me wanting to be in control of every aspect of my life, right? And so when you stepping into faith, you can't control every aspect of your life, right? Because then that wouldn't be faith. So what I seen was certain things that I would do, whether it was me working a job that I hated, right? I liked getting paid, but I always felt like it was more to me than just working, getting paid, and paying bills, right? And so the relationships that I tend to have with people that most likely they was working on jobs that they hated too, right? If I step out and take the leap out on faith and I do the thing that my heart is calling me, which is speaking, making content, then I'm doing something that I love to do, that I enjoy doing. And so what that allows me to do and what tends to happen is I start attracting other people that loves what they do. So if, some of my friends, they are on dead-end jobs or they keep staying in the same exact thing and I'm growing, oftentimes we tend to, the glue that was holding us once together, we tend to get disconnected because what we once had in common with one another, we no longer have that in common. So the first one is loss of pain. The second one is process pain, right? Process. A lot of times we tend not to do the thing that our higher self is telling us to do is because of the process, right? When I first opened the business, it was a clothing line business. And the business is still registered, of course, but I don't put all the energy that I once used to put in the business because I'm not passionate about it. But I remember the beginning stages of me opening a business. The first things that was coming to my mind was I'm not smart enough, right? What gives me the right to think that I could open a business? The third one was that what if it don't succeed, right? And then the fourth one was how do I know where to start, right? Like how do I know how to register the business name, how long would that take? Which it doesn't take long at all. But how about me, getting an account, a banking account up under the business name, right? All those things I was afraid to do. But guess what? I understood that the fear wasn't going anywhere. I understood that if I didn't get started then, that it will always be something in the back of my mind where though I'm like, but what if I would have opened that business, years ago? How would my life have been different, right? So the experience is key, right? At least you open the business. Now the business may have not worked for whatever reason, right? Maybe you wasn't passionate about it, whatever, but you still tried it. You not tried, you still did it. You still stepped into, radical action. You still, took the leap out on faith and did whatever it was that you wanted to do. Let me share something with you guys. The fear that you are waiting to go away is never going anywhere. It's never going anywhere. And I think for the most part, a lot of times, we would be afraid of things, or we would sweep the fear under the rug, because as children, whenever we would tell our parents, like, I'm afraid, to go outside. I'm afraid, that person is messing with me. I'm afraid of, watching this. Or I'm afraid of doing all these different things. Our guardian will often say, it's nothing to be afraid of, right? And you felt like, no, but it is something to be afraid of. I'm telling you, I am afraid. And it was a place of love when they would say, it's nothing to be afraid of. They just was telling us what somebody once told them, right? And your fear is accurate, but it's what you telling yourself. It's constantly what you telling yourself. You have the choice to get started and do the thing that your higher self is calling you to do, or whatever you say source is calling you to do. Or you have the choice to keep on playing it safe and doing the same exact thing that what you are going to get at the end of the day, right? If you working for someone else and you've been doing this, working for somebody else for, at this job for 10 years, you know how much your pay is going to be. You know your days off, right? You know what type of person your co-workers are, what type of person your boss is. You know those things. But when you're taking a leap out on faith, you don't know, right? And I think that's like the most scariest part, because we don't know. But that's where faith comes in. Because if you really trust the process, and if you really believe, right, that things are going to work in your favor, then you are going to do the thing that seems scary as hell in the beginning, but it's going to make more sense in the end, right? So the third one is feeling, okay? Feeling. A lot of times people tend not to start the business, tend not to start that relationship, that new relationship, tend not to start eating healthier, right? Because feeling. What if things don't work out? What if I mess up along the way, right? And what you have to realize is those are ideas you are creating in your mind. Stop paying attention to things that you don't want to show up. And I know sometimes it can be scary because, it's something you've never done before. But pay attention to, what if you succeed? What if you make it? What if you open that business and it succeeds? What if you open that business and you are connecting with so many phenomenal, amazing people, and you allow them, you show them that, I was afraid to do it, but I took the leap out on faith, right? And so you give somebody else inspiration. And you let them know that it's okay to be afraid. But in the words of Lisa Nichols, we're going to still do it. We're going to do it anyway. right? And so I hope you guys got some value from this video. Make sure if you are feeling it, make sure you are subscribing to this channel and leave some comments down below of the times when you were afraid and what did you do to overcome the fear, right? And with that being said, I love you guys. I love you. I love you. Always remember this, right? If you never get started, you'll never know what it's like. But if you was to get started, at least you have a testimony where as though you could deliver and you could give somebody else encouragement, right? I have a speaking engagement hold on, before we get off. I have a speaking engagement October the 15th. And I was thinking of different scenarios, right? What if? And then I started thinking, what if you execute? Honey, I gotta cross my legs on this one. What if you execute? What if the speaking is so powerful that people start crying because you inspire them so much? What if you get tons and tons of DMs saying, Dina, I'm so happy you came out tonight and spoke to me, spoke to my spirit, because for so long I wanted to do X, Y, and Z. And you allowed me, you showed me that it is okay to be afraid, but I'm still going to step into my greatness. Okay? And so with that being said, I catch you guys on the next one. Yes!